The Los Angeles Dodgers continue to show why they are one of the most dominant teams in baseball, as they secured their third straight victory in the series, moving just one step away from advancing to the World Series for the second consecutive year. The atmosphere at Dodger Stadium was electric, every seat filled with fans waving blue towels and chanting in unison. Shohei Ohtani once again proved that he thrives under pressure, delivering a moment that left the crowd roaring, a perfectly timed triple that displayed not only his raw power but also his incredible awareness of the game. That triple would soon translate into a critical run, giving the Dodgers the momentum they needed to keep the opposing team on their heels. The inning leading up to Ohtani's triple was tense. The Dodgers had struggled to get runners on base, and the opposing pitcher was throwing with fierce precision. Yet, Ohtani stepped into the batter's box with his usual calm demeanor. On a 2-1 count, he read the pitch perfectly, a fastball slightly high and inside, and sent it screaming down the right field line. The ball rolled deep into the corner as Ohtani sprinted around second and slid safely into third. The fans erupted. It wasn't just another hit, it was a statement that the Dodgers' biggest star was not going to let the series slip away easily. Moments later, a sacrifice fly from Freddie Freeman brought Ohtani home, extending the Dodgers' lead and further igniting the crowd. You could see the fire in the players' eyes, every high five, every cheer in the dugout, carried the energy of a team determined to finish what they started last year. Ohtani's run wasn't just about the numbers, it was about setting the tone. His aggressive base running and fearless play sent a clear message: the Dodgers were not backing down. Meanwhile, on the pitching side, Roki Sasaki made his long-awaited return to the mound, and fans could hardly contain their excitement. It had been weeks since they'd seen him close out a game, but as he jogged in from the bullpen in the ninth inning, the entire stadium stood on its feet. This was the young phenom's chance to remind everyone why he was considered one of the best new arms in Major League Baseball. With a one-run lead to protect, Roki's task was simple, but far from easy. The first batter he faced tried to disrupt his rhythm by stepping out of the box repeatedly, but Roki remained composed. His fastball hit 101 miles per hour on the radar gun, followed by a devastating splitter that dropped out of the strike zone, forcing a swing and miss. The next pitch, another splitter, ended the at-bat with a strikeout. The crowd erupted again, and Roki's calm nod as he received the ball back from the catcher showed that he was locked in. This was the fire Dodger fans had missed. As the inning progressed, Roki mixed his pitches masterfully, keeping the hitters guessing. A combination of high-velocity heaters and sharp breaking sliders left the opposing batters swinging at air. With 2 outs, the tension was palpable. The Dodgers were just one strike away from sealing their third straight win. Roki took a deep breath, nodded at his catcher, and delivered a perfectly placed fastball on the outside corner. The umpire called strike 3. Game over. The stadium exploded in joy, fireworks bursting into the night sky. After the final out, teammates rushed the field to celebrate with Roki. Ohtani was one of the first to greet him, giving him a big hug and a few encouraging words. It was a powerful sight, Japan's 2 biggest baseball icons, now side by side in Los Angeles, leading their team toward another potential championship. For fans across both Japan and the United States, this moment carried emotional weight. It wasn't just about baseball, it was about pride, perseverance, and shared history. Manager Dave Roberts later praised both players in the post-game interview, calling Ohtani's triple a turning point, and Roki's performance pure brilliance. He emphasized how their teamwork and leadership had inspired the rest of the squad. "These guys make everyone around them better," Roberts said. "It's not just about what they do on the field, it's how they carry themselves, how they lift the team when the pressure's at its highest." Behind the scenes, the chemistry among the Dodgers players has reached new heights. Veterans like Freeman and Mookie Betts have created an environment where young stars like Roki can thrive. Ohtani, despite being one of the biggest names in sports, has maintained a humble and team-first attitude. During the celebrations, he was seen thanking the fans and even tossing a few signed baseballs into the stands, a gesture that left fans screaming his name long after the final pitch. The victory also marked a critical psychological shift. Having won 3 straight games, the Dodgers now hold the series momentum firmly in their grasp. They've been through this stage before, they know the pressure, the fatigue, the expectations. But this year feels different. With Ohtani's all-around excellence and Roki's rise as a reliable closer, the Dodgers have found a balance between power and poise that few teams can match. Baseball analysts across the country have started drawing comparisons between this Dodgers roster and the legendary Yankees teams of the late 90s. The combination of offensive firepower and pitching depth is frightening for any opponent. And with players like Ohtani capable of changing the course of a game single-handedly, the Dodgers look nearly unstoppable. Yet, they know that complacency is the enemy. Ohtani himself reminded reporters after the game, "We haven't done anything yet. The job's not finished. The next game will test their endurance." The opposing team, now desperate to avoid elimination, will undoubtedly come out swinging. But the Dodgers seem prepared. Their bullpen has been solid, the defense sharp, and the batting order deep. Even role players have stepped up in key moments, turning what might have been close games into decisive victories. What stood out most tonight, however, was the unity. Every time Roki struck out a batter, the camera caught Ohtani clapping in approval from the dugout. Every time Ohtani reached base, the younger players mirrored his energy, shouting encouragements. It's the kind of synergy that championship teams are built on, the unspoken understanding that everyone is playing for something bigger than themselves. The fans, too, played their part. From the first pitch to the last, Dodger Stadium pulsed like a living organism. Every strikeout, every base hit, every defensive play was met with thunderous applause. You could feel the belief in the air, the conviction that this might just be the Dodgers' year again. After the final out, chants of MVP, MVP echoed for Ohtani, while Roki received his own wave of adoration as he tipped his cap to the crowd. In the locker room afterward, reporters described a jubilant but focused atmosphere. Ohtani, ever the perfectionist, was already analyzing the next matchup, studying video clips with the hitting coach. Roki, on the other hand, smiled shyly as teammates poured water over him in celebration of his third save. "He's earned every bit of it," one teammate said. "He's young, but he's got ice in his veins." The broader narrative of this season continues to captivate fans around the world. Ohtani's transition to the Dodgers has been nothing short of spectacular, and Roki's emergence as a late-inning weapon adds yet another layer of excitement. Together, they represent a bridge between baseball cultures, a fusion of Japanese precision and American flair. It's a storyline that has transcended the sport itself, inspiring a new generation of fans from both sides of the Pacific. The Dodgers' dominance is not just about talent. It's about discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They've battled through injuries, media pressure, and tough opponents, yet they continue to find ways to win. Their ability to adapt and execute under pressure makes them a nightmare for any team trying to stop them. As the series moves closer to its climax, all eyes will once again be on Ohtani and Roki. Can Ohtani continue his streak of clutch performances? Can Roki maintain his composure and secure the final outs when it matters most? If the last 3 games are any indication, the Dodgers stars are more than ready for the challenge. For now, Los Angeles celebrates another thrilling win, a night filled with power, precision, and passion. The World Series is within reach, and the Dodgers, led by their Japanese superstars, are writing a story that feels destined for greatness.